We've talked a lot about the changes in the church, the different directions, the debates, the search for identity. Today, I want to share with you something that might seem, at first glance, like a complete contradiction. What if I told you that in chapels and parishes today, you'll find young Catholics who are deeply drawn to the silent, ancient reverence of the Latin Mass and to the vibrant, spontaneous prayer of the charismatic renewal? That they see no conflict in loving both Gregorian chant and modern worship music? There's a new term being used for this growing spirituality. They're calling it Tradismatic, a blend of traditionalist and charismatic. And it might just tell us something important about where the living faith is headed. First, let's break down these two worlds that seem so far apart. For those of us who lived through the 1960s and 70s, we remember these paths diverging. The traditionalists, they're often young, seeking a faith that is a cornerstone of life, offering moral clarity. Their liturgy is the 1962 Missal or earlier. The priest faces east ad orientem. Communion is received kneeling on the tongue. There's a profound reverence, a sense of awe and mystery. They often speak of a Welsh word, hiraeth, a longing for a rooted, beautiful past. In a fast-paced, digital world, they find an anchor in timeless ritual. The charismatics, their worship feels more modern. Guitars, contemporary songs, the priest facing the people. But their aim is also ancient, to reclaim the experiential gifts of the Holy Spirit described by St. Paul, like healing, prophecy, and speaking in tongues. It's about a personal, emotional encounter with God's power. While its energy in places like the US or UK might have shifted, it's exploding in growth across Africa and South America. On the surface, they're opposites. One looks back, one looks in form modern. One is silent, one is expressive. So, how on earth are they merging? In a church where surveys show a crisis of belief, like the stunning fact that 70% of Catholics may not believe in the real presence. The differences between a trad and a charismatic suddenly shrink. Why? Because both groups share an unshakable, serious conviction in the core truths of Catholicism. Both believe, fiercely, that the sacraments are a real encounter with the person of Jesus Christ. They reject the idea of faith as a vague, middle-class custom, or a convenient social habit. For them, Catholicism is a radical, countercultural choice that demands sacrifice. It's not inherited passively, it's actively chosen. The Tradismatic finds that same seriousness in the profound reverence of the Old Mass and in the passionate expectation of the charismatic prayer meeting. One offers transcendent mystery, the other offers intimate power. Both assume God is really there and really acting. This isn't just a quirky trend. It's a sign. These mostly young believers aren't looking for a faith that blends into the modern world. They're looking for one that confronts it with something authentic and demanding. They suggest that the church finds relevance not by chasing relevance, but by offering the substance the world lacks: transcendence and transformation. The ordinary parish novice ordo mass can certainly provide this. But these movements highlight a hunger for liturgy and prayer that feels intentional, weighty, and alive, whether that life is expressed in silent awe or joyful outpouring. So, the rise of the Tradismatic might seem like a paradox, but perhaps it solves a bigger one. In a culture of confusion, they are drawn to clarity. In a culture of superficiality, they crave depth, whether found in ancient Latin or in a spontaneous prayer. They are, in a way, arming themselves with both the Mass of the ages and the gifts of the Spirit. They're refusing to choose only one facet of the Church's vast treasury. I'm very curious to know what you think. Having witnessed the evolution of the Church over decades, does this fusion surprise you? Does it make sense? Can you see elements of this seriousness in your own faith journey? Please share your reflections in the comments. If this exploration of a new current in the Church was interesting, please give this video a like and share it with a friend for a good conversation. Thanks for watching, and may God bless you.